Hello everyone, this is Asra Sultana, Assistant Professor in Triple Department, working in ISL Engineering College. I am taking the subject High Voltage DC Transmission for Triple Final Year students. Till previous classes, we have seen about the fourth unit of High Voltage DC Transmission subject. So, harmonics and filters was the last topic which I have discussed in the previous class. HVDC converters introduce both AC and DC harmonics which are injected into the AC system and DC line respectively, and there will be several problems associated with the injection of harmonics like telephone interference, extra power losses and consequent heating in machines and capacitors, overvoltages due to resonances, instability of converter controls, interference with ripple control systems. AC filters are used to filter out AC current harmonics which are critical, and these filters are of band pass or high pass type, and also they will supply reactive power. The reactive power sources that are used vary from switched capacitors to static wire systems. Requirement of voltage control and cost dictate the choice of the speed of the response of reactive power control under dynamic conditions. Operations of weak AC systems can be problematic due to voltage instability and dynamic overvoltages. A better coordination of wire sources is desired under such conditions. Ease of control of firing angles makes it possible to operate the converter as a static wire compensator in addition to power conversion. This feature of the converter control is being increasingly used in modern HVDC converter stations. While most of the filters used in converter stations are passive filters using inductors and capacitors, active filters based on VSC has been introduced since 1993 in conjunction with passive filters. At present, there are 14 active filters on the DC side and one active filter on the AC side. So, in addition to the harmonics which will cause telephone interference, harmonics at the carrier and radio frequencies are also generated by converters and may require suitable filters. The harmonic generation and the various types of filters used in converter station we have seen in the previous classes. So, criteria and some of the design aspects also we have seen. So, let us start the unit 5 of high voltage DC transmission subject, that is multi-terminal DC systems. MTDC is our fifth unit. Okay. So here in this fifth unit, it is a very small unit and it will be finished within 2 classes students. Today only I will finish this. Okay. So applications of MTDC system, types of MTDC system, comparison of series and parallel MTDC systems, control of MTDC system. Okay. These are the main 4 topics in this fifth unit. So let us start the introduction part. So multi-terminal and multi-infeed DC systems. Introduction we will see. HVDC transmission systems designed and operated so far are point-to-point systems with 2 terminals only. That is one at the starting end and another at the receiving end. A multi-terminal DC system, that is MTDC, has more than 2 converter stations, some of them operating as rectifiers and others as inverters. The simplest way of building a MTDC system from an existing 2 terminal system is to introduce tappings. Okay, you must have heard about tappings. Parallel operation of converters and bipoles can also be viewed as multi-terminal operation. Okay, so some values will be set for different tappings, and according to which value we want, we can set our voltages levels. That is called as tappings. So unlike in AC systems, the task of extending 2 terminal systems to multi-terminal systems is not trivial. The complexities of control and protection will increase considerably, and the use of HVDC breakers is generally required in the MTDC systems. Okay, so HVDC breakers are required in the MTDC systems. In recent times, with growth in HVDC transmission, there could be more than one converter in proximity feeding same load area. The operational issues of such multi-feed DC, that is MIDC systems, are similar to those of MTDC systems. So here we are talking about two systems. One is MTDC, that is multi-terminal DC system, and another one is multi-infield DC, that is MIDC. So MIDC systems also we are going to discuss here, okay, in this chapter. With recent advances in the emerging technology of VSC HVDC transmission, the applications of MTDC systems is becoming more attractive than before. Let us see the potential applications of MTDC systems. Apart from tapping of power from existing two-terminal systems, there are three specific areas of applications for MTDC systems. First one is bulk power transmission from several remote generating stations to several load centers. Here, each generating plant or unit is connected directly to a rectifier station, thereby dispensing with the AC collector system. Similarly, a converter station at each load center eliminates the need to build additional AC or DC lines for flexible energy exchange. An MTDC system has several advantages over the alternative of point-to-point systems. For example, let us consider a system of two generating stations and two loads as shown in the figure 9.1. Okay, this figure. So we are considering a system of two generating stations and two loads, and this is a radial system with two rectifiers and two inverters. For ensuring the same level of flexibility in energy exchange, three two-terminal DC links will be required in addition to a link connecting the two receiving systems, which can be either AC or DC, which is shown in second figure 9.2. So this is the bulk power transmission using two terminal links, and this is a MTDC system configuration for bulk power transmission. So this could result in extra cost for the converter stations, lines, and additional power losses will be increased number of conversions. The elimination of AC collector system at the remote hydro generating stations can result in better efficiency in the operation of hydraulic turbines, which are free to run at speeds independent of the system frequency. Second point, asynchronous interconnection between adjacent power systems. The advantages of asynchronous interconnection we have already seen. So when more than two systems are involved, an MTDC system for interconnection is more flexible and economical than employing several two-terminal DC links. Third point, reinforcing of an AC network which is heavily loaded. Consider an urban power system which is fed by a distance power station. So it would be advantageous to arrange the power injection at more than one point so that the underlying AC network is not overloaded. So this is easily achieved using a MTDC system with one rectifier station and several inverter stations, as we can see it in the figure. So this is a figure showing reinforcing of AC network using MTDC link. Now let us see the types of MTDC systems. There are two possible types of MTDC systems. First is series, second is parallel. Okay, so there are two possible types of MTDC, series and parallel. Parallel MTDC systems is further divided into the following categories, that is radial and mesh. Let us see series MTDC system. This is a natural extension of the two-terminal system, which is a series connected system. A three-terminal MTDC system is shown in the figure, which is a series connected MTDC system. This shows a monopolar arrangement. However, a homopolar arrangement with two conductors is also possible. System is grounded at only one point, which may be conveniently chosen. If the line insulation is adequate, grounding point can be shifted based on changes in the operating conditions. Grounding capacitors may also be used to improve insulation coordination and system performance during transients. In a series connected system, current will be set by one converter station and it is common for all the stations. Remaining stations will operate at a constant angle, which is extinction or delay angle or voltage control. In order to minimize the reactive power requirements and the losses in valve damper circuits, normal operating values of firing angles may be adjusted using tap changer control. At all times, the sum of the voltages across the rectifier stations must be larger than the sum of the voltages across the inverter station. In case of a drop in the voltage at the current controlling rectifier station, inverter with the larger current reference takes over the current control. Switching in out or switching out of a bridge is accomplished by deblocking or block and bypass in a manner similar to that in a two-terminal system. Clearing of a fault in the DC line is also similar. Power reversal at a station is also done as in a two-terminal system by reversing the DC voltage by converter control. The power control in a two-terminal system is accomplished by adjusting the current while trying to maintain a constant voltage in the system. This is done to minimize the losses. However, in MTDC series system, central control would be required to adjust the current in response to changing loading conditions. Local control of power would imply adjusting voltage at the converter station using angle and tap controls. Using only one bridge or a 12 pulse unit for the voltage control and operating the remaining bridges at minimum or maximum delay angle can reduce the reactive power requirements. Let us see now the parallel MTDC system. Here, the operating philosophy of constant voltage AC systems is extended to DC systems. The currents in all the converter stations except one are adjusted according to the power requirement. One of the terminals operates as a voltage setting terminal at constant angle or voltage. Example of three-terminal radial system is shown in the figure. So in the figure we can see a parallel connected radial MTDC system. This shows a monopolar system but bipolar arrangement would be normally used. A radial system is one in which the disconnection of one segment of transmission would result in interruption of power from one or more converter stations. In a mesh system, as I said earlier, in parallel MTDC system there are two types. First one is radial and the second one is mesh type. So radial system is one in which disconnection of one segment of transmission would result in interruption of power from one or more converter stations. In a mesh system, the removal of one link would not result in a disruption, provided the remaining links are capable of carrying the required power with increased losses. A mesh system can be more reliable than a radial system. And in this figure, we can see example of a four-terminal mesh system. This is a parallel connected mesh type MTDC system. Power reversal in a parallel MTDC system would involve mechanical switching as the voltage cannot be reversed. Also, loss of a bridge in one converter station would require either the disconnection of a bridge in all the stations or disconnection of the affected station. Now let us see the comparison of series and parallel MTDC systems. The advantages and disadvantages of series and parallel MTDC systems are given below. First one. High-speed reversal of power is possible in series systems without mechanical switching. This is not possible in parallel systems. Second one, the valve voltage rating in a series system is related to the power rating, while the current rating in a parallel connected system is related to power. This would imply that for small power ratings of the tap, series connection may be cheaper even though valves has to be insulated for full voltage to ground. The parallel connection has the advantage of stage development in the converter stations by adding parallel converters as the power requirements increase. There are increased losses. Third one. There are increased losses in the line and valves in series systems in comparison to parallel systems. The system operation in series systems can be optimized by operating the largest inverter at rated voltage. Fourth point, insulation coordination is a problem in series systems as the voltage along the line varies. Fifth point, the permanent fault in a line section would lead to complete shutdown in a series connected system, while it would lead to only the shutdown of a converter station connected to the line section in a radial MTDC system. With provisions for fast identification and clearing of faults in mesh connected system, there is no disruption of power transfer. Sixth point, reduction in AC voltages and commutation failures in an inverter can lead to overloading of converters as current is transferred from other terminals in a parallel system. The problem will be severe if the rating of the inverter is relatively small. Increased values of smoothing reactor and voltage dependent current limits can reduce the severity. However, valve ratings would increase, resulting in increased unit cost. A recent study shows that a cost of a 500 megawatt DC equipment, that is at plus or minus 500 kilovolt, would be 74% of the cost of a 1000 megawatt DC equipment. It is concluded that a practical limit to unequal inverter ratings may be 75% is to 25%. Seventh point. The control and protection philosophy in a series MTDC system is a natural extension of that in a two-terminal system. However, extension to parallel systems is not straightforward. Increased communication requirements and problems in recovery from commutation failures are associated with parallel systems. HVDC breakers of appropriate rating may be required for clearing faults in the DC line or converter stations. From the relative merits and demerits of series and parallel MTDC systems, which we have seen above, it may be concluded that series connection is appropriate for taps of rating less than 20% of the major inverter terminal. Parallel connection is more versatile and is expected to be widely used as in AC systems. The first application of MTDC system is the Sardinia-Corsica Italy link, where an existing link between Sardinia and Italy is tapped at Corsica. This is a 50 megawatt parallel connected tap with 200 kilovolt 6 pulse thyristor bridges connected in series. A series tap was rejected for two reasons. First reason is operating current due to frequency control can be as low as 10% of the rated current. This will increase the voltage rating of the series tap. Second one is a series tap in inverter operation reduces voltage at the main inverter terminal requiring increased extinction angles. This is harmful to mercury arc valves as the probability of arc through increases. Commutation failure at Corsica can result in overcurrents of 7 per unit. Smoothing reactors of 2.5 Henry are chosen to limit the overcurrents due to disturbances in the AC system. Quebec, New England link from Radisson in Quebec to Sandy Pond in Massachusetts with a converter at Nicollet became operational in 1992 with two inverters and one rectifier of capacity 2000 to 50 megawatt. While it was planned to integrate an existing two-terminal HVDC link with this system to form a 5-terminal MTDC system, this plan was dropped. Other plans to introduce MTDC system was also shelved. The setback to planning for MTDC was primarily due to inadequate preparation in the development of control and protection concepts required for reliable system operation. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope today's class is clear to everyone. So in today's class we have seen the introduction of MTDC systems. So we have seen the these topics we have covered, that is types of MTDC we have covered, comparison of series and parallel we have covered, application of MTDC system we have covered. Okay, so in next class I'll be telling about the control and protection of MTDC systems. Okay, so three topics is covered here, that is application of MTDC system, types of MTDC system, comparison of series and parallel MTDC systems. So next class we will see about the control and protection of MTDC systems. So in that we will see about current margin method, voltage limiting control, decentralized current reference balancing, 2 ACR method. Then protection of MTDC systems, study of MTDC systems, multi-input DC systems also we are going to see, MTDC systems using voltage source converters, and a brief summary about MTDC systems. Okay, so all these topics we are going to see in the next class. So in this class we have seen about what exactly is multi-terminal DC system. So HVDC transmission system design and operated so far are point-to-point systems with two terminals, whereas a multi-terminal DC system, that is MTDC system, has more than two converter stations, some of them operating as rectifiers and others as inverters. Simplest way of building a MTDC system from an existing two-terminal system is to introduce tappings. Parallel operation of converters and bipoles can also be viewed as multi-terminal operation. So unlike in AC systems, the task of extending two-terminal systems to multi-terminal systems is not trivial. Complexities of control and protection increase considerably, and the use of HVDC breakers is generally required in the MTDC systems. In recent times, with growth in HVDC transmission, there could be more than one converter in proximity feeding same load area. The operational issues of such multi-feed DC, that is MIDC systems, are similar to those of MTDC systems. Hence, MIDC systems are also discussed in this unit. With recent advances in the emerging technology of VSC HVDC transmission, application of MTDC systems is becoming more attractive than before. So when we see potential applications of MTDC system, apart from tapping of power from existing two terminal systems, there are three specific areas of application for MTDC systems. First one is bulk power transmission from several remote generating stations to several load centers. Second one is asynchronous interconnection between adjacent power systems. Third one is reinforcing of an AC network which is heavily loaded. So bulk power transmission from several remote generating stations to several load centers. Here each generating plant or unit is connected directly to a rectifier station, thereby dispensing with the AC collector system. Similarly, a converter station at each load center eliminates the need to build additional AC or DC lines for flexible energy exchange. Second one, asynchronous interconnection between adjacent power systems. Advantage of asynchronous interconnection we have already seen. And when more than two systems are involved, a MTDC system for interconnection is more flexible and economical than employing several two-terminal DC links. Third one, reinforcing of an AC network which is heavily loaded. Consider an urban power system which is fed by a distance power station. It would be advantageous to arrange the power injection at more than one point so that the underlying AC network is not overloaded. So this can be easily achieved using a MTDC system with one rectifier station and several inverter stations. Then we have seen about the types of MTDC systems. There are two possible types of MTDC systems. First is series connection, second is parallel connection. Parallel MTDC systems can be further divided into two categories, that is radial and mesh. So in series MTDC system, this is a natural extension of two-terminal system which is a series connected system. A three-terminal MTDC system is shown in the figure. This shows a monopolar arrangement. However, homopolar arrangement with two conductors is also possible. The system is grounded at only one point, which may be conveniently chosen. If the line insulation is adequate, grounding point can be shifted based on changes in the operating conditions. Grounding capacitors may also be used to improve insulation coordination and system performance during transients. In a series connected system, current is set by one converter station and it is common for all the stations. The remaining stations operate at constant angle that is extinction or delay angle or voltage control. In order to minimize the reactive power requirements and the losses in valve tamper circuits, the normal operating values of firing angles may be adjusted using tap changer control. At all times, sum of the voltages across the rectifier stations must be larger than the sum of the voltages across the inverter station. In case of a drop in the voltage at the current controlling rectifier station, inverter with larger current reference takes over the current control. Then we have seen parallel MTDC system. Here the operating philosophy of constant voltage AC system is extended to DC systems. The currents in all the converter station except one are adjusted according to the power requirement. One of the terminals will operate as a voltage setting terminal at constant angular voltage. So example of a 3-terminal radial system is shown in the figure. Then we have seen the comparison of series and parallel MTDC systems. So where we have discussed a few points of comparison of series and parallel MTDC systems. Thank you everyone for watching the video.